Right. Hello, everyone. It is wonderful to be here with you all for another Tuesday. And of course, this time is even more fun because, we are talking about how you can submit your papers and how you can prepare for the papers and the posters on on a video and presentation. And sorry, I'm distracted because I just sorted out a last minute failure with the YouTube. So let me just check that it is fine and then I can peacefully go ahead. Otherwise, you will wonder what is happening and why my mind is not here. Okay. We have sound, we have video. All right. Okay. For some reason, I have been having some few weeks of rather difficult times with the whole setup. And but we are up and the show is on and we are going on. Hello everybody. Hello Sirisha, Krishna, and Soundarya and MAB. Okay. And I hope others will be joining soon. So today we are basically going to be talking about the presentations, how those who have been accepted, and I totally congratulate you, and I'm very delighted with the work you all have done. Those who have been accepted for poster or for a paper, that's oral presentation, how you should make the poster, how you should, if you want for the poster, make the 3-minute video, and how for the paper, make the 8-minute video, and some general information that I have and knowledge and experience I have collected over the last 3.5 years of doing this work. So I just thought I'll share it with you all because this time there are prizes. And I would want you to put your best foot or maybe the best slide forward. And I just want you all to do very well. So if I can do a little bit of help, I think I feel very nice to do it, which is why this video, although I must say it's quite badly timed because I am so deadly busy. But anyway, so here we are. And also don't forget there is another chance, the third week, that we are going to have a giveaway. What's the giveaway? It's a free registration for the conference. And if you're already registered, never mind, you can always gift it away to someone else, but that will be well later on in the program. So for now, let's just begin. And right, a little bit about, of course, the IODCPC, or the International Oral Diseases Case Presentation Conference. Although I realize all of you know about it since you're registered, but I just thought I'd bring you some good news, and that is that these two books, one is on oral submucous fibrosis, and the other one is the classification, are very well known, the blue book, what we call classification of head and neck tumors, the latest one from WHO. Although it is not the print edition, it I will we will be giving you all, one person among you all, sorry, a copy of the a subscription to the digital version. It's not the same as the print, I understand, but the upside is you get with it subscription to all the 14 tumor books, tumor classification books. That's something. And the other one, of course, is the oral submucous fibrosis book, which has been co-edited by Dr. Ranganathan. And each one of these books is in the memory of one legend. One is in the memory of Dr. M.V. Lele. It is the inaugural Dr. M.V. Lele Digital Library Grant. And one is in the memory of another legend again, from Dr. R. Vishwanathan. This is the Legacy Book Award. So and that book has been, of course, given by Dr. Ranganathan. So it's a very great thing. I think what can be better than going for a conference and possibly getting a book, right? Well, so this is it. This is what we are doing. And now let me move on. Then again, I thought I will enthuse you all and amuse you all with the kind of session that we're going to have, and that is with the whole animated interior, exterior. Even that auditorium is actually animated, but it's not just here, come here as a picture. So that also I just thought I will give you a glimpse again. And yes, so let's move on. So, what are we going to talk about today? Basically, we are going to talk about how you can make your presentations better. What are the things to do about making the presentation? What is the thing to do about uploading it to our system, and how to basically do the whole thing, right, from the slides to everything, and how. I'm of course not giving you a detailed run through. That would take around 6 hours. We are just going to sort of dash through some of the things that I think are the most important. And why? Well, because you should make the best presentation possible, isn't it? So, what are successful presentations about? One is the visual aid, of course, and you should remember that visual aids should be aids and not, hamper the whole process. But the other things are presentation skills, definitely required. The audio and the video setup for both, whether you're doing a recording or a live presentation, these are important. And of course, the recording or the live actual best practices that you will need to go through. With the visual aids, the first thing is the poster or the slide. The poster, of course, is the whole poster, or then the slide in PowerPoint or wherever you're preparing it, and the design and other aspects that we will be following through. So, coming to the poster, I have been getting a lot of questions how to prepare the poster, because of course posters are large, and how are we going to put it into one slide or one image or one PDF? There's a lot of confusion. So there are two things. First and foremost is the kind of software you will need to do this. Now this is going to be a professional software. So either you will need to use, if you are capable of it, you need to use something like Canva, okay, or you can basically get some IT help. It's like the olden days when you made a printed poster. We never really made it ourselves. You would go to someone and they would make it for you. So exactly the same thing. Go to the person, make the poster. The only difference is at the end, instead of printing it out, tell them to convert it to a PDF and give you that PDF. That's just as simple as that. And this is how it will look. See, the size that I have given you is 36 inches by 24 inches. It's basically, of course, okay, not profile, landscape. So it's a landscape view, which is why 36 inches. And this is actually a PDF that I have made on Canva. Don't worry about the small print. It doesn't relate to anything we are doing. It's just a poster I took from somewhere else. And this is also not necessarily the design you need to follow. Okay. The outline, how you want to place everything is really up to you. But I just thought this was a very neat way of doing it. Those headings, the subheadings like background, introduction, patient information, is from the instructions that we had given you. The last page of the guidelines to the abstract submission had those instructions for the final work. So these are those headlines, and you can use them from there. Of course, use what is relevant. So if you're doing a case series, things may be a little different. That I will leave to you to decide what it needs to be done. Any which way, I had in the letters I sent you all, I had put that keep the logo of the conference to the same size. But now I realize that the same size will be rather large, so you can reduce it to 8 inches. Okay. And that is just as simple as that. Keep the proportions the same and reduce it to 8 inches. Keep it on the upper left corner like it is here. The rest of the poster, how you want to do, is up to you. Do not mention your affiliations. Do not mention your college name, basically. Okay. If you notice, it's only authors, because affiliations indirectly can lead back to the patient, so please do not use it. The internet, the web is never safe, is never 100% safe, as we keep finding out more and more. So please do not use anything that can identify your college, your city, because that could lead back. Even though you have hidden the patient's identity and you have anonymized enough, or you feel you have anonymized enough, it may still be found out who the patient was. So just avoid affiliations, only authors, keywords, the first author's contact details, so that, because remember, there's a lot of interaction possible there. People can email you, people can of course even message you, video message you within the conference itself, but you can leave those details there. And you can also put in a QR code, which is a very good thing that can be done into this, with one page made with all your details and any references you have used. So these are also the font sizes at the maximum that I have used there. So if you think about it, where I have put the title is at Arial font size 36 to 44, that is actually size 44, and that's how it's going to look. And the headings, the other individual headings are font size 32, and the body text is 24. It's not 18, please note. I would think that those were the sizes I had given, but I think use the upper limit, unless, of course, you're falling desperately short of space, which you really shouldn't, because then it'll be too crowded. So just stay with the upper limit. Right. So this is with the poster. And right. Anyone have any question about the poster, or should we go on? Okay, I guess we'll go on, and anyway, we can always come back. Right. So, what about the paper? Okay, so if you have a paper, then of course you're going to use some form of a presentation. Now, this presentation is most likely going to be PowerPoint. Even I would use PowerPoint. But there's a possibility of things like Google Slides, and of course, there's a possibility of things, other more professional things like Canva. Whatever you do choose to use, I think almost everybody is fairly comfortable with it. So, I will not say much, but just some ideas about how to help along and how to make it easier. So let me just share my screen. Give me a second. Right. So what I would suggest to do is that first and foremost, you make a right. Okay, sorry. I paused to check this out. Right. So you make a separate folder. This is what I would do always. Make one separate folder, put it the right name on it, and take in all the pictures and the content that you would really like to use there. Sorry, I'm trying to open it from my share, which is not going to happen, right? So this is, I've already done this. So I've made one folder. Into this, I have brought some random pictures. Please, these are not really of anything. These are of the uh, digital jigsaw puzzles that I play. When I finish them, I take an image. So these are those images. But basically, I have them here. I have also made one PowerPoint, new PowerPoint. So things to do. Don't immediately jump in and put the title. First, keep the first page blank, and how you do that is by going to the layout and choosing this blank little thing, right? The next thing you can do is bring in, let's see if this works. Oh, it does, but it makes it big. Okay. Just bring in all the pictures that you want. Of course, now it's sharing the right, the wrong. One second, I will bring back the right thing for you all to watch. I will just do the sharing. Right now, it is sharing you the wrong screen. But we will be back in a second. And of course, the okay, right. So now let me reduce this. Let me take this back there and expand it. Okay. So now we have all this. Of course, you can do a Command A after clicking on any of them. It should, oh, it doesn't. Very interesting. Okay, not working. So basically, just reduce them a little bit. Now, there's a particular reason to all this. It is not just like that. So basically now, and this we may need more than just one page. Okay, you get in all the things that you want to use in this PowerPoint. So afterwards, you don't have to keep going helter skelter all over the place and open 200 different files. You can also do some basic trimming, like for example, this picture here. You know you're not going to use it with all the stuff around it, right? So you go to picture and directly crop it to the right size. Don't worry, I'm not going to do all of this, just giving you one of those things I have learned after some time, that this is a more practical thing. Even if you have text that you are going to use from another program, say you have put it into PowerPoint, I mean, into Word, Excel, anywhere else, you have text that you want to afterwards paste into or use in the document, just bring it here and stick it all around into the first 2 or 3 pages of your PowerPoint. And then you begin with just, you can just move everything around. So this is the first thing to do. Next thing is, of course, to start with the next page. Oh, sorry. I'm again trying to work there. Right. So you can use a simple background, single color without any designs. It will be nice. Try, I know most of the times we use a light background, but this time I have asked you all preferably to use a dark background. And dark does not mean black, it means just any of the colors in the darker shade, because we are all going to be watching a digital screen for a long time, and it's going to be difficult to keep our eyes, you know, peered at that. If it is bright, that whole light comes through quite a bit. And if you see the difference of this slide with this slide, that actually hits the eye. This doesn't hit the eye. And also, and if you have white lettering on this, it's extremely clear and extremely nice. So, another thing, of course, I have used here is this. I've just used this for a show basically. You don't need to have any design, but this is the conference design I have been using everywhere. So just for the fun of it, I thought on the first slide I could put this. And also I had already prepared it. I didn't want to redo it again. So we have this. This is where your logo will go. Keep the title font at 48 pixels at least. Okay. Any headings at 36 and body text at 24. And these are the sizes those will actually be. So this will be the title size. This is the presenter, and that's the uh, okay, the first author's name or the presenter's name, and these are the other authors' names. And then of course there's going to be, this is the title here. So you can make it a little bigger. I leave it up to you to decide what exact size you want, but please do not keep it small. It becomes very difficult to read. This is my first thing. Also, do not feel that you need to add any picture at all. A simple plain slide will be perfectly good. Okay. Another thing I've asked you all to do is to add a page number after on the slides. Right. So I'm just adding a couple just for the fun of it, or rather, not really for the fun of it, more because, well, you know. Okay. So once you have done, don't do this before it's finished. Once you have done everything and you are quite comfortable with everything, just go here and where did it go? Okay, choose the header and footer. Choose a footer, choose a slide number. I would say choose date and time because then it's just a little more balanced. Here you can do a hashtag IODCPC 24. If you don't want, I think I would suggest don't show the number on the title slide and say apply to all. There it is come. Okay, it's quite neat. Another thing I would like to tell you all before we finish here is definitely put in some guides and leave some space. Sorry, wrong place. I think. Yes. So you can have guides and you can move these around. I have said half a centimeter. That is what I would really like you all to leave. Just do it neatly. Okay. And now, why is this? Because very often afterwards we find that the edges are gone. But I don't want you to leave too much also. So just about half a centimeter is enough. Now, if you put these in place, you will see that they will be there on every slide once you have it. So then there is uniform. Everywhere you will leave the same amount of space. And that's the way it is. I don't think I have left anything as far as the slides was concerned. And yeah, the other things I will show you. And main thing is also remember please that almost every digital screen now is landscape, so definitely check that your PowerPoint is using a landscape mode. It needs to be this way, horizontally long rather than a square, which was the older format. But have a look at it, it's very easy to make out, and you can also check it up from the design section, right here. See, standard is 4 by 3 for some absurd reason still, but 16 by 9 is what we need. Good. Are you all seeing this? Oh, you are not seeing the. Oh, you are. You are seeing it. Okay. So this is what you need. All right. Okie dokie. So we finished with this, and I will now stop sharing it. Stop sharing and go to our next one. Right. Okay. So now that you have your poster slide, I mean, the content that's going to go into the poster or the content that's going to go into your slides ready, there are some things additional that you need to remember. One is design it well. Well designed means you have everything that works together. Okay. The next thing is it needs to be, every part of it needs to be visible and comprehensible. If you have things there that cannot be read, they are a waste. Please remove them. Don't leave things just because, I mean, it's for show. It's nothing can be for show here because there is no time. There is, as far as the poster goes, there is no space, and as far as the presentation goes, there is no time. So please don't put unnecessary things. If you think that something is, oh, it's all right if people don't get to read it properly, then just don't put it in. It doesn't need to be there. Everything needs to be very, very, very well visible. Try this out on a number of places. Once you have made the first slide, I would not suggest you make all the slides and then decide. I would say after you have made your first slide, you save it and then you look at it on different formats. You look at it on your phone, you look at it on a tab, and you look at it on a desktop, see that it's easy to read, see that every color is fine, nothing is out of place, no font is too small, and also please ask others also to do it. Okay. And in the visibility part, please remember not to use colors that are most common for people who are colorblind, and that is green and red. Definitely don't use it for anything that is very important. Yes, I know, I interestingly have a check mark there that's green. Okay. Right. So, and also next to it is red. Okay. So, this, but it can be for a small bit, but certainly not for a lot. Another thing is you need for design to be good, you need to let it breathe. What it means is that it needs space around it. Everything needs a little bit of space. If you can even, it's to a point where you may even shrink if you find that your fonts are getting too close to each other and all the text is too close to each other. You can reduce the font size slightly. If you have a space, it is still be easier to read than if there is no space at all, unless of course you go into a subminimal thing that's impractical to read. But otherwise a little bit of space is okay. Check out the image quality of everything you're putting in. Everything should be independently 300 dpi. Okay, that's dots per inch. And there should be a flow after you finish everything, without even, don't worry about what words you are going to speak. If there was no words and people had to just see this, remember the idea is a picture speaks more than 1,000 words, what 1,000 words. So but it should at least be speaking sense, right? So you just need to watch through all the slides, and preferably ask someone else who doesn't know what your presentation is about to quickly go through it and see that there is nothing out of sync, and then give them the same presentation, the pictures with the words, and see whether it all still makes sense or was there something that didn't fall in place. Okay. And right, and that is the flow. Why is all my, okay, Good thing my mouse pad also is here. Right. So after you have, now let's assume you have your presentation ready, presentation poster both ready. So what about the presentation skills? Because the the visual aids are going to do only that much. They are only to aid you, they're not supposed to do all the work. So there are two things that I have found that obviously learning presentation skills takes many years and many months at the very least, but there are two easy things that you can practice and try and remember and do. One of those is to maintain eye contact. Now eye contact in this case, because it's digital, is with your camera and not with your screen. I know, even I look at the screen, but that's because I also have a whole lot of other controls. If you're just talking, try and speak to the camera if you don't have a half a dozen things to look at. The next thing is voice modulation. Please, please, please do not go on like an automaton. Do not go on in a drone that just goes on and on and on at the same tone. Nobody will reach the end of your presentation. Nobody will last even through the first two slides. Try and practice before you ever actually begin the first round of recording, or when on the day if you're presenting it. I mean, if you're having any live discussion, which every one of you will, of course. So please try and practice talking with different tones. Okay, this you need to do a few times. You need to be comfortable with your content and what you're going to say. Only then you will be able to modulate your pitch. But definitely do it. These are two very easy things to do and really help. The other thing you need to remember is a little bit of the art of public speaking. Okay, now the art of public speaking means that basically whatever you say, the message that you give should be received and responded to, which means the person who hears the bit should want to listen to the rest. A response, the response is there. So for that, try and put it in a more, again, the flow, in a slightly story format. It's not that a case presentation cannot be like a story. It can be, because in fact it is, you are relating a story, the story of someone's disease, of someone's condition, and the story of how you went about dealing with it. So there's nothing wrong with making it a little bit like a story. Fine. And it's perfectly all right. And another thing is, if you're recording, so very often what we do is we get set for record, we hit the record button, and then we start speaking. And that very first moment, you have this very high pitch, and that's almost like you're shouting into the microphone. Don't do that. To avoid that, put in a blank slide in the beginning and start speaking from that slide. You could be speaking anything. You could be saying it's a hot day, it's a cold day, I have, anything. uh, it doesn't really matter. The idea is not to be starting on your main first slide, your title slide, first slide, wherever you want to start. You do not start on that slide. You start one slide away. It makes it a lot easier. And supposing, and anyway, it's very easy to edit that out, as long as you have a little bit of a pause before you go on to the next thing. Which, anyways, you got to. I will be telling you again. If you're using PowerPoint to record, you need to pause between the slides, because otherwise anything you say between the slides is not recorded. So this is about that. And how is our time like? Okay. I'm sorry. So coming to the main part of what is going to be your audio and video setup. This will of course work whether you are going to record it or whether you're going to be on that day presenting or discussing live. So I'm sorry, this must be so hurtful to your ears. Okay. So the first thing is your camera. The simplest things to say is it needs to be, first and foremost, clean the lens. even if it is on your desktop, laptop, whatever. Just clean the lens with a nice soft tissue. Do not use anything harsh. If you have lens cleaning liquid for your specs, you can use that. And so, first thing is it should be clean. Second thing is it should be positioned at a level where it's at your eye level. So, which means normally most our laptops will not work. I have our nice big books, mostly all pathology books work very well for this. And you put them on, okay, no, I do use them for other things too. So you put them under the and under your laptop, raise it up, and also raise the back a little bit up by putting something of maybe this size. Okay, this size, right? Just at the back of the laptop. So that basically what it does is it makes the back part, the screen part which is holding the camera to tilt a little towards you, and that gives you a better picture, a better image, and also less of the wall above you, because otherwise it inevitably tilts backwards, and obviously with an angle backwards it's going to show you, the ceiling rather than you. So that's about the camera. And of course, it needs to be steady. I would definitely not suggest that anybody attempt to do this with a mobile. Okay. So that's about the camera. This is for on that day when you are going to have a discussion. Because obviously, otherwise, the recording is happening without your own feed in it, right? Both the 3-minute video of the poster and the 8-minute video of the presentation of the paper presentation do not include your own camera feed. Just keep the whole thing as a poster. You will be more comfortable, and also we have more actual space for the content. The next thing is lighting. Now, this is again mostly for the day when you are going to be in the conference. Please see that the light, whatever light is there, is facing you. Okay. And if you don't have any other lights, at least put one table lamp, organize it. You have enough time now. You organize a table lamp and put it behind you, I mean, behind the laptop or your desktop, at a level that is again, put it on a number of books so that it is a little above your eyes. So when you look at it, especially if you're wearing specs, it doesn't reflect back, and also it doesn't hurt your eyes, but it will still be lighting up your face. And do not sit in front of a window. If there is a window, please see that it has a thick cover. Any one side of you has a window, then just see that the curtains are drawn. Also see that there is no particular glare seen in the screen, because if a glare is seen in the screen, people watching you will be getting hurt, and it becomes very difficult to concentrate. The next thing is check the sound. There should be no echo. It should be clearly audible. There should be no noise, and it should be clear. Now, I would really suggest that you do all of this one round, especially at least for the audio. You need to do it even before recording. Okay, but for the live stream, where you I mean for the discussion, where we want you to put on your camera, this is something you can just start a Zoom meeting by yourself, record yourself, see how it come out in terms of the looks of your background, your own look, the sound. It's the best. You can do it many times till that day, and you can get it right, because the platform that we are using on the terms of its presentation is Zoom webinars. Okay. The front end is that very nice looking thing, but the back end is Zoom webinars. So test your own Zoom. I mean, everybody has Zoom, right? Another thing is connectivity and speed. Okay. Both of these are required. You need to be sure that you have good Wi Fi speed. If your Wi Fi speed is lagging, please get yourself a wire. Wire to the router will help. Again, there is enough time. You're putting in a lot of effort to do some work that is really great on an international platform. Let it not be just spoiled only because your Wi-Fi was not good on that day. If in your own home, or maybe you are in a hostel and you don't have access to good Wi-Fi, maybe talk to one of your teachers, talk to one of your friends, and on that day be somewhere else where there is a better network. Don't leave it till the last minute. It becomes very difficult. Another thing, of course, is that your processor needs to be fast of your laptop or desktop, depending on, even to record actually, but of course to present, which means keep all other tabs closed. Check out the storage of your laptop or desktop beforehand. Remove unnecessary things if your system is full. Okay. And if you have two things you will need to take care of. If you have a Windows system, Windows has an absurd habit of beginning to update whenever your system is on, but it senses that you're not doing something actively. So, not doing something actively will also be that day when you are just watching. So, it will begin to update unless you pause updates. What I would suggest is a couple of days before the event, you basically update your system. You can choose to update it from the settings, run the update, and then pause it for a week. Nothing will happen, but you will be sure that there will be no updates. Another thing is, if you are backing up to the cloud or if you are backing up to Google Drive, please see that you pause it for that day's duration whenever your presentation and your discussion is. So, this is the other part that needs to be done. Then, yes, again, same thing. So for the live Q&A, where you are all going to be definitely in a live Q&A, whether you are in the poster or in the uh, or with the papers, because even posters we are going to be running it like a regular conference, so there will be a certain hour where you will be asked to be there with your poster, to be actually there in the poster hall, and those who come in will be able to talk to you and ask you either by a video chat or message you or talk to you, but basically you need to be there. So which means you may, if it's if they choose to video chat with you, you will be answering in a video chat. So be prepared for that. See that your device is up to the mark and everything will work. And remember, for the conference, phones will not work. You need a laptop or a desktop. So please organize it. And also, for the rest of it, download the latest version of Zoom, the app itself, and see that it works. Update your PC again, like I said, and check all the connections beforehand. Run a trial, which is always the best thing. Okay, and hmm, now, whether you are recording your paper or whether you are recording, whether you choose to record the 3 minute optional video for the poster. Okay. So, there are two simplest ways that you can do it. One is you can use Zoom. Okay. So, what happens in Zoom is you go, you start a meeting on your own, you decide to share your screen, you share your slide, you put off your camera so your camera feed is not included, choose speaker view. So basically, it's only not going to show anything else, and record it. Again, record one slide, check it out, and then proceed. Don't record everything and then you end up finding that the volume is too low or something else is wrong. That becomes a problem. So record one slide, test it out, and see it. The other thing is, of course, you can use PowerPoint. Now, if you go to choose PowerPoint, I'm sure all of you have done this before, right? Okay, let me try. Let me try and share that again. Oops, where's the share? So, right, once you want to record, oh, I have to add it here. Sorry, folks, 1 minute. Of all things, my mouse just died, and it's sort of a little odd for me. I'm not used to the to my laptop's mouse pad. Things are rather daft. Okay, right. I think it's working. So So once you want to record, it's very simple. Hit record. This is on PowerPoint, right? So you can say from beginning. Here we are. Of course, now I have two views. So, oh, you're not going to be able to see this one. Mhm. 1 minute. Let me see if I can switch these, because the one with the, nope. Okay. Oh, all right. Sometimes things just refuse to do what they're supposed to do. Right. Let me see if I can shift this fellow there to my second screen. Come on. Okay. Right. Okay. So now what you do is once you hit record, and you have a choice. See, now the camera is off. So you keep it off, then it's obviously not going to record you. But the mic is on, and the you can press the, oh, which reminds me, with that mic on. Okay, so it works. All right, I was just thinking that that mic is going to take over the sound, and then I will not have any sound playing for you all. So basically, just hit record. It even gives you a timer, and you can start recording. So it is essentially already recording. Once you have done with this slide, you can just click and go to the next. But as you noticed, in between, when you are clicking the slides, you need to completely pause. You have to totally stop talking. If you have a slight bit of your conversation that goes on into the next one, like I normally do, then you will have a problem there. Once you are done, press stop recording. And actually, PowerPoint gives you an option, not on this page, now I'm in the wrong page of this, but it gives you an option to actually just re record only one single page or one single slide, which is a very good thing, because then you don't have to do everything together. And once you are done, you have to just go back to the main page of PowerPoint, or to the main file, and say record. When you go to record, then you hit export file, export recording, and export it. It will be out as an MP4. I hope uh, that was clear. If you try it once or twice, and then actually there is enough and more than enough of details available on the web. If you just have a look at it for a day, you will see everything and you will know what is happening. Where are we? Okay. Right. There are a few things that are absolutely essential. Among those is the follow the timing. I am very well known, or I would say I am very not well known, but in probably the opposite way, is that I'm notorious for cutting down things when they cross the time. And it would happen simply because there has to be a discipline. If we have told everybody 8 minutes, it has to be 8 minutes, because so many will have tried and fit it in 8 minutes. And if we let one or two of them go willy nilly as long as they want, then it is unfair to the rest who have tried. So I would suggest that you practice reading. You first write down the text. If you want to be able to finish speaking it in 8 minutes with an average speed, nobody speaks really faster when you are reading. In talking, we speak faster, But when you are, making a presentation, you tend to slow down. So there is no way you would go faster than 125 words, which generally means you do a simple calculation and you should have less than 1,000 words if you want to be able to say it in less than 8 minutes. Now, 1,000 words, including all the gaps, all the ums, the ahs, the everything. Okay, so that is very essential. And for the poster, again, the same thing. 3 minutes means 3 minutes. I do not think you should use more than 3 slides for the recording for the poster. And again, if it is something you don't want to do, we have not insisted on it. It's entirely your choice. How do you name the files? After I've received the original set, I must say they were disastrous as far as the naming went, which is why I thought I will put this here. So the standard should be your name with a hash, the lowercase hash, and the short title. It can be just 1 or 2 or 3 words or the main part of the title. You don't necessarily, for the PDF, it will come with a .pdf, but obviously it's an MP4. You don't need to put MP4 there. That will come by itself, right? And where to submit, we have sent everybody in the letters new Google site, new Google links. If you have not got it or if you are not sure, please tell me. Tomorrow I will send everybody the emails again. So I have this feeling that we are sort of done. I certainly hope this was useful. And let's see what's happening now. So, any questions now? And sorry, I realize that when I get tired, I get to be quite a drone myself. Thank you, Krishna. Yes, I am so happy that it is all clear. And I really tried, Dr. Kugendran. I wonder whether that's a G or a G. Okay. Hi, and thank you. Very useful. Okay, thank you. And Dr. Kirti. Ah, nice. Okay. Yes. Thank you, everybody. And yesterday someone was asked me for some direction and said, "But why?" I said, "Please watch the video today." So the answer was, "But why don't you just send me that response?" The thing is, when I'm talking to about 120 people, typing the same thing over and over again is really not practical. So I'm sorry, I cannot send individual responses about this. And if you ask me something, I am most likely going to tell you, please go watch the video. Unless you can tell me that it is this thing I want, which is not there in the video. Then I know you have watched it and you still haven't found it. I will definitely respond. But otherwise, please try and understand it is very, very difficult to respond. And it's not only the people who have submitted papers and and posters. It is also everybody else who has registered and who has not registered with numerous questions. So, and the rest of my team are not able to take those questions. So, the most technical people. So, yes, it really comes back to me for the most part. So, please be kind and watch the video. Right. Anything anyone has, any question, anything I forgot to mention? Okay, let's do something. Let's go and do the draw and then come back. But then you may can add your questions if you would want anything. Okay, folks, get ready to do this again. So, like last time, what we are going to do is you are going to start typing in the chat box what is here in red. That is a hashtag IODCPC24. And after a few minutes, we will run a draw, and whoever gets it will get a free registration. The registration will, of course, I mean, I know all of you are registered, but you can give it to someone else. Since I was running it, it was supposed to be every week. I didn't feel it was fair not to run it on the week when I knew everyone was registered. So maybe you can get it for one of your friends or one of your colleagues. I'm sure they will be very, very grateful. Yes. So, if you make a mistake, it will not recognize it. Dr. MAB has put an extra P. Please retype. It is International Oral Diseases Case Presentation Conference, IODCPC. Although I have to be truthful and say now, sometimes I think I should have chosen a less complex name, something less of a mouthful. This is quite a mouthful, really. Yes. Not something you get to say in a hurry at all. Yes, now that they're coming in. Cool. So, you may be wondering how we are going to give away the books. The books also will be given pretty much the same way, but not with comments. What we will be putting is everybody is registered, all the registered candidates' names, and then running the draw to see who gets the book. Actually, I'm quite pretty excited about the books. And I am the only person who cannot win it. Because, of course, it'd be ridiculous. But how do you all feel about the books? Did you find it interesting that you could get a book with a particularly good chance, actually? I mean, the odds, not that I want to equate it, but the odds are better than any lottery you could actually enter. Yes, Dr. Krishna, you think so much like me. Very exciting. Yes, absolutely exciting. Totally exciting. The idea of getting a book. Yes, Dr. MAB. Dr. Somia, why is this not working here? Yes. Okay. Yeah, Dr. Sonia has a question. Yes. Just confirming we upload the recorded video along with our PowerPoint in the Google Forms, right? Okay. So, good, very, very good question. No, you don't need to upload the PowerPoint as PowerPoint. You only need to upload the video, which of course includes the PowerPoint because, it's a part of the presentation. Is that clear? But not required to submit it separately. There is not even a question that linked to something that says upload your PowerPoint. Your PowerPoint is only being used to basically make the video. I hope I was clear. Please tell me if I wasn't. Dr. Sham also says looking forward. Good. Sorry, are you talking? Yes, very good points, Krishna. If you're talking about the poster, but then the poster is not going to be a PowerPoint, Krishna. The poster is going to be a PDF that you will upload. So you make the poster in that format, and the size is like a regular size poster, A0 size. Uh, you make the poster as a regular poster, then you tell them to just save it as a PDF, give you a PDF file, and you upload the PDF. Then, if you want to upload the 3-minute video, then that's a separate video. For that, you would have to make separate PowerPoint to make the presentation. Again, you don't need to upload the PowerPoint, you will only upload the video. Dr. Somya says thank you. So I guess it's covered. Okay, yes. Krishna says yes. Okay. Very nice. Dr. Kugendra is participating from Malaysia. Of course, we are happy for people participating from anywhere, but this is very nice. And he is also looking forward. We are really looking forward to the whole thing, to meeting everybody. Okay, I think we have waited enough. Should we run the giveaway? Yes, let's run the giveaway. And let's hope it works quite neatly. Last time I thought it would take a second to take off, but when I hit it, it went. So let's see now. This time when I'm expecting it to do that, will it do that? Here we go. Wonderful, wonderful. Congratulations. So happy you got it. Okay. Dr. Gauri is asking me. So, Dr. Soundarya, of course, now I have your email, so no problem. I will, you tell me who you want me to create the registration on whose name. I will need that person's email and name, of course. Right? Okay. So, we have one question here. And Dr. Gauri's classes, yeah. Repeat for uploading the poster. Okay. So for uploading the poster, first you make the poster. Now in that first slide I showed you the size. Prepare the poster as you would if it was a physical poster. Okay, of A0 size, which means you will inevitably go to one of these IT guys. Get them to prepare the poster for you at an A0 size. Then instead of printing it out, tell them to just convert it to PDF and give you a PDF document of it, basically a PDF file. Then that PDF file you will be uploading as your poster. Okay. Besides that, that is what is essential. That is necessary. Your PDF for the this one will have to be given, and the next thing you will have to. Oh, I forgot to mention. Okay, everybody who has posters, please remember there is one more thing you have to upload, and that is a thumbnail print of the poster. A thumbnail means it has to be a 300 by 300 DPI. Okay, a picture of the image of the whole poster, because the setup of the conference is such where each poster is going to be displayed. The thumbnail will be displayed with your name and title of the poster. Then there is a link for anyone who wants to view the poster as a PDF. If they want to see a bigger image, they can click the PDF and watch the PDF, or they can watch a 3-minute video. So the 3-minute video is what you will be uploading. If you want, it's not compulsory. Dr. Gauri's classes, is that fine now? Oh, hi, Sandhya. How are you? Nice you're here. Are all your students there? Probably with you. Very interesting to me is that Dr. Sandhya has got a whole lot of undergraduates, her undergraduate students who are interested and who are joining us. Very happy to have that. Okay, so I assume that was clear. Thank you, Dr. Gauri. That was a good question. Also helped me remember about the thumbnail. And I am sorry I forgot it first. Okie dokie. Okay, they are still in college. Well, they can watch it later. Okay, right. So, right, right. Anything else, folks? Oh, we are actually just on time. It's 2 minutes to 4. Not bad. Mhm. So, have you all found out everything about what all is available at the conference? In the sense, do you know about the fact that you can watch everything for 15 days after the conference? Or the fact that during the conference, we are going to have some open sessions. One among those immediately after the first session is the what we are calling, at least I'm thinking of calling, the OSF club. So at the OSF club, you're going to have Dr. Ranganathan, Dr. Daftari, and Dr. Hazare sir, and Dr. Raghu will be moderating this. But the main thing is they will be just there with no particular plan, except that everything will have to be about OSF. That's the only plan. So you get a chance to just talk to them, literally just put on your mic. It's a regular open Zoom meeting where you anybody can turn on their mic, can turn on the camera and just chat. So the idea is for you to be able to, if you have some research questions, research ideas, treatment questions, anything basically. You get a chance to talk to them in a manner that is not really limited to the lecture topic. Normally we have a lecture, and then obviously if you have a lecture say on ABC, and you cannot ask the speaker about XYZ, although you may want to. So this is to give you an idea to be able to openly and freely ask whatever is in your mind, not necessarily relating to a limited topic presented on that day. And that is also another thing I'm very excited about. So, and what else? Of course, I guess all of you know that all your certificates are going to have bear the emblem of 21 institutions, and you are getting 15 CDE points. Anything you all find particularly exciting about the conference? We will wait for another 2 minutes just in case someone thinks of a question, and then we shall call it a day. In the meanwhile, let me know, is there anything you are really excited about this conference that may be different from any other conference that you thought of or you went to? Like I said, I'm excited about so many things, but then I guess I'm partial, so it doesn't really count. If you all are excited, it will really count. Yes, true, Dr. Yoita, very true. Meeting with stalwarts, and to those who are not regularly coming. I mean, we don't really have many of the people who are coming there as regular parts of the conferences. Krishna says, like the preparation and training we get before the presentation. Thank you. Yes, we did it last time too. In fact, we have done it both times before. Interesting cases, Dr. Sham, very true. Dr. Sandhya, she's so fond of her PPS students. Yes. Specialty conference that has a separate slot for UG. This is unique this time. Yes, it is. It is. The recording and being projected this way is very new and interesting. Yes, it is. The papers being recorded was really because the last time I felt very bad when I think two of our presenters could not present because they had network issues. So, and it felt really bad because I know how much of work goes into a presentation, how much of expectations, how much of tension. So I felt bad. So I thought this way, at least, even if for some reason one of you has a breakdown of network, I hope it doesn't happen. We are trying to ensure it doesn't happen. But if it does happen, we can still at least play your presentation. And also, just to take part in an interaction, the maximum is you can turn off your camera and just talk with your mic or even chat by typing. So that may make it possible for everybody, even if they have a bad network, to be still there. So that was the reason. Each year we are just trying to learn from last year's mistakes and get better. This is our third one. I hope the fourth one will be even better. Of course, we have to still finish the third one. Okay, folks, I guess Dr. Chintu. Hi. Definitely agree with what Dr. Krishna ma'am said. Yes, thank you. And thank you all. Thank you so much for your time, for turning up, for trusting that I would give you something worthwhile to listen to. And that was very kind. I do hope, and I am definitely looking forward to meeting everyone. We have less than a month now, well, less than a month. So we should soon be meeting. In the meanwhile, please, please, please remember to send your videos just as soon as you are comfortable with them. Definitely the latest. I have given a date of, I think, 20th to some and possibly 22nd to some. Please see that you don't come beyond that because I am also trying to add closed captions to every one of the presentations because we have audience from around the globe. I don't want language to be a problem. So I'm adding closed captions definitely to the lectures, but I would really like to try and add to the presentations. If I can add to all, I will add. If I cannot add, I will not add to any. So if I get them all, it will be nice and it will be helpful. Yes. Thank you, Dr. Gauri. Yes. Dr. Gauri's classes. So I assume you must be Dr. Gauri. Okay. Anyway, you can tell me when we meet. Okay, okay, folks. Let's see you. Let me get back to the conference work, and I will let you all get back to all your work. And coming week, we have Professor, I can't remember. I'm so sorry. But we have one of another stalwart from Japan speaking, and definitely be there on Tuesday. We will meet. Until then, be well, be happy, and see you. Bye. Oops.